What's up, everybody? Welcome to the K-Pop Kimchi Podcast, your number one podcast for girl groups with the number one fanboys. I'm your host, Justin Turneau, with my co-host, Brian Limper, Foggerall. We just got done watching the first episode of Girl Planet 999, so we thought it would be appropriate to base this week's episode off that.
Which is why we have a late episode this
That's
week.
why it's late. Sorry for all the people waiting.
Sorry for the two people who probably listen to this driving to work Friday
The late
mornings.
Thursday, early Friday crew. We apologize, but
This might just be what it is from now on, Kevin.
honestly, it might be because Girl Planet just started and we're going to watch every episode, so
And it comes out Friday nights. So.
we might be pushing the podcast back.
Or we
But
watch it Friday nights.
yeah, and it can be Friday night or Saturday morning. I don't know, but we can do that.
We'll figure it out.
But yeah, I mean, if you've listened before, if you're the people driving and listening in the morning for those episodes, you know how excited we were for Girl Planet. So I feel like you should understand that we need to watch, and we wanted to record after we watched it so we don't forget everything.
So it's fresh in our memories. Unlike Idol School.
Idol
or
School, the
Produce
one
48.
time where we watched it and then we recorded 3 weeks later and we're like, they sang some songs.
Pretty much.
So,
That
yeah.
pretty much just sums up the whole podcast, to be honest
Yeah,
with you.
seriously. That's
But
why we're a little late.
we did that today. We watched it with our friends in our Discord, so that was fun.
We did.
See, that's all the stuff you're missing out. I even splurged that extra $1 after I got that $6 discount to get us 1080p.
Seriously good. We watched in 1080p. That was actually really nice. Quality's really good.
So shout out to whoever is running this internet site who's probably stealing my credit card right now to purchase things
It worked.
online.
It did work though.
Good luck.
Especially coming from
I
K-Show.
top out at 10 grand. Don't get too excited.
Seriously. Especially coming from K-Show 123 for Idol School.
Phew, goodness, light and day.
This was...
you know that story about that blind guy that got dirt rubbed on his eye by Jesus
man.
and he could see clearly?
That was us watching this with this 1080 712. It was nice. It looked really good. But
Which was funny because we streamed it through Discord, and I'm pretty sure when I clicked on the thing, since I don't have Nitro, it only streams in 720. So I had it in 1080p playing on my laptop, but streamed it through 720 on the Discord to everybody else watching it. So,
Sorry, Discord.
Yeah.
But-
Everyone said it looked good, so that's
Yeah,
what counts.
as long as you can see it, hear the songs, and read subtitles, we're good. But
Before we get
for
into
the
that,
review, we got some numbers.
we got some numbers to crunch here, which I already crunched.
Yep.
Actually, I haven't just done since the end of July, but since we're doing it now, and I'm pretty sure no one cares about the draft, not even the people in our Discord anymore, we're just doing it now, so.
We're just having a quick recap.
Fun fact, Josh won because BTS came back.
Boo.
There was actually only 4 groups out of all the groups that everybody drafted that came back, and 2
Incredible.
of them were Josh.
Incredible.
And then one was a Japanese comeback from me that got not even 1 million views. So, we in there.
Rock on.
But for July, Josh won with 259 points, which is by far more than anybody else. Arsis had another strong showing with 91. Marcus had 76.1. Justin had 51.7. Zeg had 51.1, surprisingly. He's actually come back from the depths.
He really has.
Be a top 5 team after literally having not even 100 points.
Early in the year, for a long time, he was struggling.
I had 23.6. Mango had 10.3. And Jonathan was in 8th place with 2.5. Now,
Solid.
I've said it once. I'll say it again. Actually, this is the 4th time because the other recordings didn't work out. But I always feel bad for RSS because he has great months. And all the months just get trampled by a powerhouse coming back with a bunch of views.
Yeah, it just stinks for the rest of us because Josh dominates with just one group. He doesn't even need other teams.
He dominates with
doesn't need other
BTS. And then the one time that he didn't, Marcus just crushed us with twice.
Yeah.
So, I mean, fun fact, you're playing the percentage games, you got one of those groups, you're going to win.
You're going to do pretty well, especially when BTS is coming back 3 times. So.
Yeah, of course. The one time BTS comes back every other month, Josh drafted him, and that's why he's winning.
Yep.
But overall totals, Josh, of course, is winning with 752. Marcus, surprisingly, is not far behind with 726.7. You're in 3rd with 511.2. Arsis is in 4th with 462. And then Zeg has made a miraculous comeback and is in 5th with 363.4. A little over halfway through the year, and the other scores don't matter because they're trash. But
Pretty much.
that's pretty much the update on
The scores.
for anybody who cares about the fantasy draft. I mean, I guess we kind of do sometimes. I don't really know. But yeah, there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed that because
Those were the numbers.
that was the numbers we got. I don't know if finishing this energy drink this late at night is a good idea since I got to wake up early, but YOLO.
YOLO, my friend. Especially after those...
Guess I should just save it for the morning.
Dude, do that. It's a good old pick-me-up.
Pick-me-up?
A good old pick-me-up.
It really is. Speaking of that, we got our new elimination show to talk about.
We are live.
We literally just got done watching it 15, 20 minutes ago?
No more than that.
And now we just have our normal recording time?
Exactly. Seriously, that's what we did find out. Episode was 2.5 hours long.
So that's not going to be like idle school where we could just cram a bunch of them at one time.
Nope.
That's why I'm glad.
We're going one at a time.
I'm glad we're watching one a week.
Yeah.
The other thing that's crazy is I was so used to watching the stuff after everything already happened, as in the past,
Yeah.
That while I was watching this, it didn't even seem like it was happening right now. It almost seems like it was over already. And I was just watching it.
No, I know. Just because we've done that with multiple shows already, it did feel like it dawned on me when we were watching. I was like, whoa, we get to experience this whole show and them as a group. We're not picking them up midway through their finished group and be like, oh, let's go back and watch.
Yeah, because that's what we've done with everything.
That's what we've done with all these. All the groups have already been done. I mean, IOI was already disbanded. And we're like, oh, let's go back and watch where they came from. Now it's actually the start, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah,
it blew my mind.
While we were watching, I literally was thinking this is essentially live because.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it came out today. I mean,
I think it's just because, like I said, we're so used to watching them in past tense, they happened. That when I was watching it now, I'm just oh yeah, I already know who's going to get eliminated and who's going to make the final group because that's how we watch things. But that's not true because we have no idea.
Yeah, and that's the thing too is when we watched all the other ones, we kind of picked girls that we liked along the way a lot. That but we're okay, eliminated. It still sucked watching them lose, but you knew they were.
Yeah.
Now that we've kind of sort of picked girls that we kind of seen that we like a little more, it's you don't know if they're even going to be on the screen.
It's true.
You don't know what you're going to see. You don't know what they're going to do. They may be out of there quick.
Because you're oh yeah, I'm watching this girl, but now I know why she wasn't shown because she's not in the final group.
And yeah, but now,
Snow Baby.
Yeah, exactly. And now you're just I have no idea. I have no idea if the girl I kind of thought was cool is even going to be. Is she going to just kind of be passed over, or are they going to actually show her talking? You don't know because it's really crazy. I don't know.
It's an out-of-world experience.
It really is. This is... I mean, we wanted it, though. We asked for it.
We asked
for the challenge, and we were really pumped.
Everyone in the Discord's been pumped about it.
We've been very excited. I'm glad that...
I can't wait for Arsis to catch up on watching.
Hopefully he got those headphones working.
Yeah.
He literally missed, exactly of, all the introductions.
Which really... Okay, so we'll talk... The introductions were kind of different.
Yeah.
Because if you've watched Produce 101... If you watch Produce 48, all the girls are introduced because they all came from companies. So they all were introduced as their companies. And they'd come out together. So all the Cube trainees would come out together. All the Banana Culture trainees would come out together. All the Stone Entertainment groups would come out together. And those are the groups they basically stayed in and did their little opening performance things with to get evaluated.
Right.
Now, this one, which is kind of weird because it almost seems like they're kind of trying to make it not like the Produce series. But they keep having flashbacks to Produce moments, which makes it seems like it's kind of in an alternate universe that's connected together somehow, but it's not.
That's definitely how it felt, and I kind of thought they were going that way just because
the layout and the voting, and it's
because of what went on with the last one, and hearing quote unquote bribes and things.
Which is true.
Yeah, I know. I don't know whatever companies are. We all know it was rigged. But because of that's how it was done, I feel that's why they're not really literally not mentioning anything about the companies now. I think the only ones they said, I don't know if they maybe mentioned Cube for Yujin because she has been an idol, debuted idol for 7 years.
I think they just mentioned she was in CLC. I don't think they've ever mentioned anything.
I don't know if they mentioned anyone's company. Because last time it was so about the companies, we know what happened. So I think they're definitely trying to okay, let's just focus more on where these people are from, not the actual company they're from.
It just kind of reminded me of when you watch a movie, say, I don't know, a Marvel movie or something. And I wonder if this is happening at the same time as something else is happening.
Yeah.
But then they mention something about another movie, and you're oh, so it is in the same universe. It's just it happened at a different time. It kind of seemed like that because they like never said anything about it, but then they would like bring up just like a moment that happened in the Purdue series or like a flashback to something that happened.
They're like,
and you're like, oh, so it is like the same thing.
It's just, like they're like not the same thing, they're just in the same universe.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like they exist in the same kind of like timeline, but they're not the same. Like, because you definitely could feel the differences in
which
like
I guess thinking about it. So for anybody who doesn't know, there's like so many performances they do like to open this stuff up. I'll get back to what I was saying about in a minute, but when they took a 15-minute break in the Purdue series, they played the other Pick Me songs, and all the people would come on stage and dance to them.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't wait for them to play the Pick Me songs because everyone's falling asleep because, they've been there for 40 hours.
Yeah.
But that's probably why they didn't play them.
I don't think there is technically Pick Me for this. Like, they have their song, but it's not.
It's completely different.
It's not, because you had Produce 101, then the guys, and then the girls, and then the other one, and they were all the same thing. This Produce. Like,
yeah.
This is no Produce, but it does exist in the same
So instead
universe.
of getting a Purdue song to dance to get their energy up, the guy like gave him a speech about...
They all just took a nap in silence. And
pretty much. And the guy's like, yeah,
and
fighting.
Then the host guy said, everyone, wake up. We have been here for 19 hours, but we need to power through.
And they're like, yes, your smile gave me energy.
Yeah, they love that guy.
But, okay, so back to... They get introduced, but they're not... The way they're introduced is for anyone who doesn't know, and Girl Planet 999, which I still don't know why... Well, I guess there's 9 members. We found that out for the first time today. But
And
why it's
maybe
999, I'm not sure.
Maybe 99 people. And
99 problems.
Well, 99 people and then 99 people debut.
Maybe. I don't know. I guess it makes sense.
Isn't there 99 contestants?
I think so. I think it's
33 of each. Yeah.
So maybe.
I don't know.
But anyways, they're from 33 from Korea, 33 from China, 33 from Japan. Because it's global.
It's global.
Quote unquote global. So the way they introduced it is each, what was it, like cell, they referred to it as a cell, which is like a, kind of like if you think of an organism, they're made of little cells. And each one of the little cells, like CELL,
yeah,
were a Korean member, a Japanese member, and a Chinese member.
Yeah, it was kind of just like...
And instead of being like separated by like companies, they're just separated in pairs of 3, one from each country.
Yep, there's one person from each country in their little kind of area with 3 separate seats for each country person.
I think they were like explaining something about like afterwards the performances you can like trade members or draft.
Yeah, they said...
I don't know, I was kind of confused.
I said when the performances are done, I guess they're going to be able to like...
split up and make better
the
cells.
people who did well can pick different cells or something.
And like make their team stronger because it's all about performing well as a team or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, the whole concept was kind of confusing when I saw it.
And they were made up... Like, there was reasons they were all together in their little 3-person thing too, right?
They refer to them as cell names.
They're like but there was a reason... You'd be, and they kind of said it, and we were kind of like, well, okay,
like,
sure, like
because we're from different eras and speak different languages. We're connected by like a key word, like cats or like mint chocolate, or I don't know. It's kind of weird, but
yeah, that was something.
They kind of went through the introductions. Was not as good as the introductions in Idol School or in any of the Purdue series.
I did not think so.
In my opinion,
I didn't think so.
But
they kind of just walked in and that was it.
Yeah, it wasn't like it seemed like in the other ones it was like a huge big thing, like.
It was really, I will say, it was really cool when the 3 people in the pod from each country met each other because it kind of was like a little.
Oh yeah, it came from like different things. It was like a fidget spinner.
It was like a little fidget spinner circular maze with like, and then they kind of like walked around the half circle and you met in the middle and they all would see each other. So that was cool. And then everyone was awkward and didn't know what to say. But then after that, they would literally just like walk in and sit down.
Yeah,
that was pretty much it.
Pretty much.
There wasn't really any like crazy,
And I don't feel like anybody really got... Maybe it's because no one knew who was what, so they didn't see like the company pop up on the thing first.
Yeah.
But there wasn't any like huge reactions to people showing up like in the other ones,
Like there was no.
Remember they're like, oh, she's in Cube.
Yeah, they
she's
freak
from this
out.
company.
Yeah.
And, like all gasp or like, oh, it's Urena we've been waiting for. And this is just like, oh, hey, they're here, cool.
And like a couple people got some kind of like, whoa, that person.
Like they're like, oh, Yujin,
person won a beauty contest in Japan.
Or
like
this person was a model, or this person.
They were an actress when they were a little kid, or like Yujin is a professional. Like, but no one went like wild though. It was pretty
tame,
pretty mild reactions for everyone, and like, they all just kind of walked in and sat down, and that was
the opening.
It was cool. It was still good.
Like, the MC leader, or what is it? The planet leader or planet
He's
master?
kind of like our host.
I don't know what he is.
Chauffeur through the whole show.
Yeah, I know. Chauffeur through the universe. He kind of...
He's an actor.
I've never heard of him, but everyone else apparently likes him. He kind of looks.
He got a bigger reaction than any of the trainees.
He kind of looks like Young Jay from B2B.
Yeah, the more you see him, you're like, wow, this is an identical twin. Almost.
Then they introduced the trainer people. One of them was Sunmi, and the other one was Tiffany.
Yep.
And then they had the other people, like the vocal trainers and dance trainers, so I don't know who any of them are.
I'm not really sure who they are either, but I mean...
But one of them looked like Minnow from Shiny, and this like oversized sweater vest thing.
Yeah, they had a few people there who were just, in charge of the dance and the vocals. So
yeah.
Just kind of like...
coaches.
Just pretty much like all the other shows. And then you had like your ones that you knew, which was like, for us, Tiffany and Sunmi, and then just fill the rest of the team in, but... They introduced them.
They introduced them. Then they went to like the performances. So much like the other ones, which is kind of weird. They got introduced as 3 people, one from each country.
Yeah.
But then they went and did the performances. But the performances were like all Korean people together, all Japanese people together, all Chinese people together. Mm-hmm. I would have thought maybe they put all 3 of them, like one of each, and put them together. I don't know. I was kind of confused by that. Like, why would you not just introduce them like that then? I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
But the first stage is the 4-person performance. They performed Rumor from Produce 48.
The ultimate survival show song.
The ultimate throwback. Produce 48. And I forgot to mention, there's 9 people that can be in the final group, right? So they had their little rankings. They're each ranked 1 through 33 for their respective countries. And they didn't know, they put like the number on the big screen. I'm like showing it like you guys can see my hands right now. They put like a number up, like 134. Well, there was no 34. 133, 20, like 5.
Yeah.
But you don't know who's who because the little number rankings are covered up.
Yeah.
So then they'd rip off their thing, or they'd attempt to, and it'd show who was ranked where.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, honestly, from judging from the flashbacks of them getting like ranked based off their performance when they did their opening thing, that everybody already knew who was going to be ranked where, pretty much.
Yeah, that's what it kind of seemed too, is that they knew where they were.
Because everyone's like, oh, they're the number 1. Like, no one was like shocked by it. So the last ones to be introduced, and like, oh yeah, they're like the face of the intro of it.
And this was like, and we didn't even see any of that. This was like the pre stuff of like the judges pretty much watching videos and other things of them
and ranking them
and doing like a preseason ranking of the idols in each country, 1 to 33, like you said. So yeah, I think everyone kind of knew.
And now
they were just making it dramatic.
And so say in the group, like I said, there's 4 people. They picked from the people in the group who was going to be in contention for being maybe pick to be in the final 9, like first final 9, like rankings.
Yeah.
Because at first I thought like you did, how there's only going to be 9 people.
I thought they were just going to pick 9 people, but then they just started picking a lot of people.
But then it's like you're in contention to be part of the 9, so they can have like 40 people out of the 99. But
you like got a lottery ticket to possibly be in the 9. And then the other people did not.
Yeah, so it's like if you weren't picked for this, there's no way you have a chance to be in the top 9 for the first rankings.
First top 9. But the other people have a chance. So they are not guaranteed. They just have a chance.
Yes. So not all of the groups had people get chosen. But
yes, true.
Disclaimer, spoilers ahead if you have not watched it.
True.
Which, I mean, I guess that's why you're listening to this.
And this will be out fairly early from the show coming out, so...
Yeah, so it's going to be out before 2, so if you don't want to watch the show, which, I mean, honestly, this is going to be shorter than the show because it was 2.5 hours.
It was.
You can listen to this.
Whenever you want.
Yeah, so...
Don't even watch the show, just listen to this. We'll tell you everything.
I was going to say we're at 1920, almost 1920, so if you don't want to know the spoilers, just turn it off now.
Yeah. All right, there's your break. Now we're getting into it.
Also, disclaimer, I'm going to butcher a bunch of these names, so get ready for that. So, the Rumor performance was 4 girls from China, and the one who's the number 1 ranked girl from China was the only person that got picked to be part of the contention for the final 9.
Yeah.
And her name was Shin Shouting. And she was actually really good.
Yeah, it was.
She was very good.
Yep, she was really good. It was pretty good stage, too.
I will say, too, ahead of this, that we see the rankings while they're performing, and honestly, based off the rankings they got, I think everyone pretty much lived up to what they got. Like,
yeah, I wouldn't disagree.
Even the one performance where the girls there's like number 2 and number 3, they all did really good too. It wasn't even like they did bad.
Just overall, I was very impressed with pretty much everybody. Like
every single person, even the ones that did not do great, in my opinion, are already far ahead, better than the people that would produce 48. At least
I think we just
the bottom 3/4 have produced 48.
I think we just kind of expected, especially with Produce 48. You know, a lot the Japanese trainees had a lot of difficulties.
Yeah,
with,
nothing against the Japanese trainees, but
they even said that
they were not good.
They even admitted to that on Produce 48. But seeing what we did there in the beginning, they were really, really bad. They just were, and they admitted to that. They admitted that they
didn't get trained properly. They
trained for different kind of things in Japan. But this show, I think we kind of went in some of these people are going to be trash. I thought everyone was at least good. Some people easy. I was very impressed with literally every performance. I was oh, okay.
If the starting bar is a 5, every single person we saw, even the ones that weren't great, were above a 5.
Oh, definitely.
Produce 48,
definitely.
A lot of them didn't even start at 5 and go down. They started a 0 and a 1.
There was people who were 1 to 0, yes.
There's a reason you're in F class. So.
I think everyone was I don't know, at least a 7.
Dude, they were good. They were really
everyone was very good. I was impressed with pretty much every performance, and I don't know, I was geez, this is so different because
everyone's just so good. Everybody was so good.
People there was people who were better than groups that were better than other groups, but still those groups that maybe weren't the best were still really solid.
They were all really
I was
good.
Very impressed.
Also, shout out to the song selection for whoever picked the
songs.
Well, actually, I guess we found out they picked the songs, but
that is true.
So the second performance we saw was a 5-member group from Japan, and they performed Fancy by Twice. So first off, you have Rumor, which is awesome. Then you got Fancy, which is awesome. So, you're already off to a great start.
Those girls did, and that was when I was oh boy, here the Japanese trainees go.
I'm oh, it's going to be bad.
They killed it.
And the one who got chosen for the top was the number 9 trainee. That was Kamoguchi Yurina. And she did good.
She was really good. She sang, when she first sang, I was actually wow. Okay, she was really, really freaking good.
I also will say...
Probably one of the most impressive people I saw.
Some of the girls weren't great vocally because not all of them are used to dancing and singing at the same time. Especially the songs don't know all the because they're from speak different languages.
Sure,
but they all were really good dancers. It
it
wasn't Produce 48 where people are falling over each other. Weren't good.
People just and would just stop in the middle and just start. Crying.
Or Idol School who they couldn't even figure out the dance moves.
Yeah, it was everyone was a lot more seasoned than then.
The bar is just so much higher.
It really is. It really is.
The next performance was a Korean group, and there's 3 girls who did Black Mamba, and nobody made it into that lineup, which is crazy because they did really good.
They killed it. It was so good.
Honestly, it would have been the best performance out of any of the other producers if they would have done it on a different producer.
It was honestly, seriously, it was honestly they were all so good that no one could make it.
Yeah.
Because it would be if someone made it and the others didn't, it would be a shame that the others didn't. So they're okay, just no one. You were all too good.
Also, fun fact, the girl that was in that group was, training for 7 years at SM, and she was there when, Red Velvet debuted and when aespa debuted.
Yep, that's crazy.
Next
that was a really cool performance because it's a great song.
Honestly, maybe my favorite performance, and that was the 2 girls who did Kick It.
Hand up, that was my favorite.
That was freaking
definitely.
sick.
That was amazing.
That was freaking awesome. If you guys want to watch any of the videos for these, I'm sure they'll be available somewhere. Go watch the Kick It performance.
So good.
I questioned it when it first came on. I'm these girls are kind of more on the cute side, more
they were
fresh side.
Really funny in their little introduction.
But then they turned it on, and oh man!
And especially there was only 2. I was oh man, 2 girls doing this. Oh, we'll see. But my favorite one definitely.
And that was the number 10 trainee, Seo Youngin, and the number 2 trainee, Yoon Jia, and they both deserve to make it.
They both deserve to make it.
I was after that happened, I was just can they just debut as a duo right now?
Why? Yeah, they just need to go do NCT songs by themselves, as an act. They were great.
After that, it was another performance. It was I want to say it was. I think it was a 2-member group, and neither one of them made it, but they should have. Yeah.
So many people
it was the Japanese girls that did the Dum Dee Dum Dee.
That was really good too.
That was awesome. Yeah, and neither one of them made it in the final lineup.
But they were excellent as well. I thought that was a great performance.
Then we had some flash through some songs from girls who clearly are not going to make it very far in the show.
Yeah. And I feel even watching those, they really went quick through those cuts, But I feel then I was they don't look that bad.
No.
Again, no one was falling down.
And really the only one you saw to that was a Japanese group of 3 girls doing nonstop by Oh My Girl. And that looked good.
It looked good. I was why can't we see this? Maybe there's a video.
Next, we have a 5-member group who did the all-time classic performance song for a show, and that was Boombaya by Blackpink.
That was really good.
It was really good.
That was really, really
I was
good.
like, can we just take the Boombaya group and the Kick It group and just make a group right there and just debut them together?
The Boombaya one was really good, too.
And I guess pound for pound number one champion out here.
Yeah,
the
what was
number
her
one
name?
girl from Japan, Ozaki Hikaru.
Yeah.
Hikaru. Freaking... The energy was very high. Like, they were fierce. I'm not going to lie.
It was really good. The girl who was the vocal, it's like she nailed every note. That one girl was getting hyped up a lot, but she delivered and she made it.
She did do very good.
Again, that group was incredible.
And then the other girl that made it was a number 6 girl, Nanako Shona.
Yeah.
She did really good. They all did really good.
That was a great...
It's so crazy that 2 of them did so good when I was watching. I was like, oh yeah, there's 3 other people out there.
Yeah, I know.
I guess that's how they made it.
They were really, really great.
Then we had the Korean group doing Pop Stars by KDA. And Kim Soo-yeon, the number 19 girl from Korea, she made it.
She's really cool.
Yeah,
I liked her a lot.
Then we had the little babies of the show. The youngest Korean trainees, and they did, of course, Crazy by 4 Minutes.
Naturally.
Freaking crushed it.
Oh my gosh, so good. One of the best ones.
Honestly, the average age of that group is probably like 15.
Oh, it was tough.
But Kim Yeso from Korea, she's number 13. Gwyn Ya, I think that's how you say it. Myah? Ya?
What?
Moi?
You're so fast.
Yeah, Gwyn Moi.
There you go.
She was number 27 for Korea. Lee Chae-yoon was number 17, and Kim Seon was number 24. And all 4 of them for that group made it.
The whole group made it. And the whole group. And they should. They probably should have. They were really great. They were just like a really great... I don't know. They just had great chemistry. But I guess kind of everybody did. But they really bonded as the youngest in the show. And Crazy's just a great song, too. So it was cool.
There's a lot of Cube songs that we're saying today.
Yeah.
There
really was.
Then you had 2 twins from China.
Oh my gosh.
Who were... Oh, it's kind of creepy, not gonna lie, but
they were definitely twins. It's freaking me out.
Coming from someone who has twin sisters, what was it like watching other twins do things looking the same?
It was crazy. It was just crazy because they sounded like exactly the same.
They did.
That was what really...
I didn't know who was singing.
I was like, who's talking right now?
And honestly, they did not do very good. But
they like...
I give them a pass because they did Chakome.
Yeah, they did Chakome. And
they picked the right theme for their...
They picked the right theme. Like, they still did... they were not great at singing and maybe not the best at dancing, but with the concept and kind of their attitudes, like, they won the crowd over. So, like, we knew they weren't going to be picked, but it was still, like, fun to watch.
They honestly made everybody laugh so hard and enjoyed the performance. They didn't realize how bad they did.
Like, I still liked watching them, even though you just kind of knew. You're like, okay, you're not going to make it. But you guys, they made it fun, and they were goofy, and, like, they were just... being goofy twins, so I like that performance. I thought it was still good.
Then we had a Chinese group perform "Wannabe." Another group performed "Twinkle."
They were a little rough, but that was a hard song. Like, that was a tough one to.
"Twinkle" was an SNSD song, and so Tiffany was judging it very hard.
Yeah,
she was not a fan.
I feel like you just cannot go, like, I don't know, unless you know you're gonna like do it perfectly. You can't go with one of the judges' songs. That's tough, unless it gets like assigned to you. But if it's your choice.
And then another group did Roly Poly, another classic performance song.
Yeah, that was a quick clip.
Then we had the moment we've all been waiting for.
That really everyone was waiting for when the teaser for the show came out.
Because I remember the teaser came out, and the one girl, Fu Yaning, was calling out Yujin, and I'm like, you know what? I'll give her the benefit of the doubt and make it seem like, Mnet did their demo editing like always, and I'll hold my judgment until after I see the actual video. But that was not the case, because she just straight up called her out.
Called her out even more, called out CLC as a whole group.
And said that they were going to do a better job than they did.
Which they did not.
Nope.
At all. But I was like, dang, this girl has some, like, I don't know if she's just trying to go for, like, the top, like, I don't know, like, the most known person here, just to try and get some notoriety, because she has some beef with Yujin, and I do not understand it, because she came out guns a-blazing.
And she even said that they knew that Yujin was going to be on the show.
Yeah, because
that's why they chose to perform Helicopter to show that they could do it better than the original.
Literally called her out.
Like, that was word for word.
In front of everyone, calling out CLC in front of the whole thing. Like, it was crazy. like when that teaser came out, I was thinking how you were too, and that's what people were saying. People were really pissed about it, but they were like, okay, Mnet may be trying to make this worse than it is. And I was like, okay, I don't like this girl, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And boy,
it was even worse than the teaser.
It was way worse than the teaser. Just completely, it's just weird because like,
is that not bullying?
I hate that girl, and like I hope she loses. I really do. I don't like that girl, and I will never vote for her. But like in all the shows we've watched, no one is just like straight up disrespectful ever.
And that's like everyone. We've watched Produce 101, Produce 48, Idol School,
everyone.
Momoland. I have not seen 16, so I don't know. Maybe someone's bogus, someone's 16, but I highly doubt it.
I don't know. Like,
but this is the first time everyone's like straight up like disrespected someone to their face and like
from contestant to contestant, they're just like straight up bogus, calling them out, saying, "Hey, I'm gonna do what you do better than you in front of everyone and do it better than your group." Like no one has ever done that. Blew my mind.
And it wasn't even like
it wasn't like fun.
Like Sunmi calling somebody else out and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this dance better than you." This is like a person I've never heard of in my entire life.
This person from China who I've seen. I mean, people say on Twitter has kind of a bad rap for things she said before, and then she's calling out Yujin, who
didn't do anything to anybody.
Like honestly, like
she's the sweetest person ever.
We don't want her to, but like. She could retire and be. She's been a very successful idol with a huge fan base for a group. Like CLC has been around for a long time. Yujin has been around for a long time. She knows what it takes to be a professional. She is a professional. She's a veteran.
She is actually and I was like, idol professional.
She is a veteran. It's not just like Sunmi and just like Tiffany. Maybe not quite as long.
It's not even like
she's a veteran. Like
saying she's a veteran, like how there's girls from Fanatics and girls from like Cherry Bullet who've only been idols for like a year or so. She's actually been like an idol for like 7 years.
She's done it near a decade.
And that doesn't even include like her training time.
Yeah, like
how long
she's probably done it like 10 years. Like she is a veteran and knows, like no one's going to know more about being a debuting idol than her. Like, yeah, exactly. I don't care what group you're in. It doesn't matter. Like she has been doing things for so long. Like, so just to come at her like that, it didn't make any sense. I was like, what is your beef? And, like, she was so bogus and just kept being bogus. I was like, what? I was like, this girl sucks. Like, does she think this is going to, like, get her points? Like, I don't know. And, I mean, I guess it kind of did because she got her...
I will say, though, on a complete unbiased opinion, during the performance, she did do pretty good.
Yeah, she was good.
She wasn't, like, bad. It's not like she, like, talked shit and then she was really bad. No, she was pretty good.
She was good. Like, she was good. I wasn't, like... I didn't think...
I probably like her. She didn't talk shit to you.
No, I think she was okay. Like, I didn't think anyone in that group, like, no one in that group blew me away, like, honestly. Like, I wasn't like, whoa. There were some points that were kind of weaker with the singing, but that wasn't her. That was somebody else. But, like they did really well. But, I mean, I didn't, like, she was good. I didn't see anyone that really, I was like, I didn't think that was, like, the best performance, you know. I couldn't be like, well, they still were the best.
Kick It was the best performance.
Kick It was by far the best. They literally did it perfect. Like, Boombayah was damn near perfect, too. Like... No, I mean she was really good. I just don't understand what like the beef is. And again,
I just want to know if like
people don't unless they like
Mnet's like start this so we can make something out of it so people watch it, or if she just like decided to do it on her own.
They definitely. That's honestly
it seems kind of random.
It does seem random because no one does that on shows. No one's ever done that for any.
Like why not call out like a Cherry Bullet member? There's like 4 of them there,
or just like anyone else like
literally anyone. Why not call it Sunmi? Why not call out Tiffany?
You might as well. Like saying you picked a song just because you're going to do it better than that person. Like, where did that come from? No one's ever done that.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. But that performance happened, and 3 of those members made it to the final one. That was Tai Bing.
Who was awesome, and she killed it, and it's great.
The gay. She, like, dropped, like, Sunmi in her steps. Like, she was like, oh, you're really attractive. So, yeah, she made it. Then, Ji made it. She's all member Fanatics, so she was like an actual idol once.
Yeah.
And then that Fu Yanning, she
did make it. She did make it.
She also made it. But she was like the number 7. Ji was number 12, and Tai Bing was number 28. So I mean, they all have pretty high rankings. Well, actually, you know, since there's only 33 of them, Tai Bing was ranked a lot lower than I thought she was going to be.
Yeah. Well, she was really good. I was hoping she'd make it. I feel like, honestly, because I don't want to jinx anything, but going into the show and seeing her teaser before the show and then seeing her perform there, I feel like if I had to put a lock on someone being in the final group, it's going to be her. I mean, I'm probably going to... I don't know.
We'll see.
I feel like if I had to make like a way too early prediction, I'd be like, I feel like she could...
Way too early top 25 for next year.
Yeah, I feel like...
College football
I feel like she will be in the final one. But yeah, we'll see. A lot of show left. But
then the final, of course, you got to leave it on a cliffhanger to make everybody sad.
Boy, did they.
The final performance was, of course, the number one All-Star and our number one pick for the show, Choi Yujin from CLC. And she actually was doing Bubble Pop by Hyuna.
Yeah.
So it showed her running through the crowd. Everybody was hyped for her. They're like, oh, finally, she's performing.
Everyone was really excited.
Everyone's like dapping her up, and she's like running through the crowd. You know, she's like on The Price is Right.
Yeah.
She gets on stage, she's going to perform, and of course it cuts off. You got to wait till next week to watch it. And the only clip it shows is her backstage like bawling her eyes out.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, and before she gets on too, she said she saw the helicopter thing, and she's like, "Wow, it made me so nervous."
And she said she
I crack under pressure. Really, just talked down about herself, and it was kind of like a monologue while she's like slowly walking up, pretty much putting herself down. And then she like got up, said hi to the judges, had her introduction, and did like 1 second of Bubble Pop, which was amazing, and then it stopped. It was like
my favorite thing though.
It was like 1 or 2 seconds, and then it was like cut.
After she said she cracks under pressure, she did say that since that happens, she decided to just have fun, and she knows everyone's just to see her, so she's gonna put on.
She's like, I'm just gonna go have fun. I was like, you know what? At this point, why not?
At least she knows that everyone's there to watch her because she's number one.
Yeah, and like that's why old girl's coming for her because.
Also,
though she wasn't number one in the preseason rankings.
I don't understand how she was number 6 overall. Like, you're trying to tell me there's 5 other girls in there Korean trainees that were better than her?
I don't really know.
Did she just not show up to this?
She probably just didn't. She just didn't go to the off-season workout. That's
what I'm saying. She didn't go to the mandatory workouts. Like, there's no way.
Yeah, I thought that was really weird too. Like,
especially seeing the other girls perform. There's no way that they were better than she was.
No, I don't know. I thought that was weird too. But they did her 2 seconds of Bubble Pop, of course, shut it off, and then the next thing we see is her coming back behind the stage, bawling her eyes out, and that's it.
Also, I will say, so if you look at the list, I marked everything down so I could see it all. She was number 6, right?
Yeah.
Nobody from Korea, the Korean trainees, has made it in the group, or the final ones to get chosen, that was past number 10. And we've seen 2, 3.
Yeah.
Who's the other one? I think we saw like 5 or something all go. And none of them made it into the...
Yeah, because the one Korean girl was like 19, and she beat out like the 2 and 3. It wasn't...
Or the 1 and... Was it 1 and 3? Because the one girl's number 1.
Okay, yeah. She like beat 2 people that were way higher than her, and she was the 19.
So I don't know what was... I don't know what's up.
I really don't know either, because they didn't really show that. It was kind of just a thing that we saw. Like,
so maybe, I don't know, maybe she like hurt her knee and sat out, so she got a 6 by default.
I don't know. It didn't make sense that she was 6, especially if, I don't know, if they're really trying to...
They hype her up like she's like freaking, LeBron James.
Literally like above number 1. Yeah, and like they should have hyped her up.
But then
she was number 6, and I was like, okay, well, I guess, I don't know. That made 0 sense. That probably made like the least sense on the whole show.
But I was saying afterwards, she was in the back crying. I'm like, what is going on? Like, why is this happening? I just want to know what happens. But I remember in Produce 48, before we went to the one cut, it had like everyone talking crap about the Japanese trainees in soccer, wanted to prove them, she wasn't bad and she could, be a good idol.
Yeah.
And then it cut scenes after she starts, and it's like her like in the back like shaking and crying, but she ended up getting like an A.
I think...
But I don't want to get my hopes up either.
No, I don't know. I think she did just fine. And then they're going to, like, the judges are going to be really kind and be like, you showed why you're a professional. And then she's going to be emotional about it. And I mean, that's what I'm hoping for. But I just, like, don't see her doing bad. Like, why would she do bad? No one did bad. Except, like, no one actually did bad.
Like,
people did better than other people, but no one we've seen did bad. Like, there's no way Yujin... If they're going to be like, sorry, you didn't make it. Like, come on now. I think it'll be good. It's just, like, the most dramatic point of stopping the show, which I guess, like... That'll just want us to come back. So
it's just
like, classic Mnet.
It's not like she's out there doing like open floor gymnastics and she like has a chance of like over tumbling and hurting her ankle or something and calling it quits early. Like she's dancing to Bubble Pop. Like what?
How many times has she danced to Bubble Pop?
Exactly. Like how many times has she danced to anything? Why is she not dancing to Halle Berry?
Did Shanna show her Bubble Pop? Like she probably learned Bubble Pop from the actual person. So I don't know. I mean. I was kind of hoping coming into this, like, that Yujin would just be, like, I would not the main focus of the whole thing.
But, like, far and above, I thought she'd be better than the other trainees.
And just like, oh, Yujin, you did great. Of course you got your sticker. Which I guess could still happen, but they made her the focal point of the show. Like, the one that's getting gunned for, and the one that we're kind of wondering, like, will she actually do it with so many other good people? Like, they made her the focal point, which...
It definitely seems like setting up for failure. The way it's been going.
I don't want to be a pessimist, but we've seen, by watching the ones that have already happened, we've seen it happen with people who have been great and not made it.
We even saw it with a girl who wasn't great and didn't make it, and it was number 1, so...
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Here's my thing. No matter how many times you vote, or do anything, if it's Mnet, whoever they want to be in the group is going to be in the group.
Well, yeah, that's just... I was thinking that kind of the whole time. I'm like... Okay, again, we said it on other podcasts, but here's the company or studio, I don't even know what, like, production place that literally rigged 4 of these already, and they're doing another one. They've rigged 100% of the ones they've done.
And 5, because Idol School's rigged.
Oh, they did Idol School. Yeah, you're right.
CJ Entertainment did Idol School.
Yeah, and that was with Mnet.
CJ and C whatever it is.
Yeah, but it was with Mnet. So literally every single one of these they've done has been manipulated. So... Why would you bet against those odds of 100%? Like,
they literally have the same percentage of rigging votes as Michael Jordan has winning NBA championships.
Just 100.
100%.
They have not missed.
100%.
So why would they do that now and try and be all, like, honest and stuff? Like, that's what makes me nervous about Yujin. And honestly, seeing how great everybody else was kind of made me nervous too. Not that she's not going to be great, but, like, there was a lot of good people. I don't know. And again...
All I know is if it happens to Khan, it can happen to anybody.
I mean...
Old Khan has nowhere near as much experience as Yujin does.
Exactly. Like, that's the thing. And Khan was great throughout the whole show, and then was, like, a few out. Like, Maddie was literally great throughout the whole show. A few out.
It's honestly like you've got all these people coming in and, like, good, you know, they have a little bit of experience working. Then you bring this, like, vet, and you're like, oh, yeah, this person, you know, easy money. Like, they're, like, been in the business 7, 8 years. Like, they run circles around these people.
Well, that's what.
So, like, why? I don't understand why. I don't know. It just.
I kind of don't get. Weird. I kind of don't get why she's even there. But like, that's the thing that you've kind of seen with some of these other girls who have a lot of like notoriety that go on these shows, and they get like to the end, and it's like a brutal ending that they just don't make it.
Like, so close.
It's like this like person that has to be like the sacrificial lamb of for the drama of the whole thing. And I'm praying, I'm like, please don't let that be like Yujin, who just like does great, everyone loves her, and then like they just want to make it as heart-wrenching as possible and have her be crushed and not make it. Like, Please don't let her be like the kind. Like, please, like,
don't be.
I mean, we've said it before. Like, if they do that, I'm done. Like, I'm done with everything. Like, I'll support from afar, but I'm done with K-pop if they decide to make her like the scapegoat.
I'll just watch it in the shadows. Focus on my MTG videos.
Seriously, like I will just ride off in the sunset, being sad and being like, I don't know. And I mean, these shows have really been focused on like in the past, like youth too. So that's another thing. I'm like,
oh yeah. I mean, if you're like,
look at the winners of the produce.
If you're
series,
like under the age of 17, you're just shooing to be number 1.
I'm like, oh gosh, they do. Which I mean, like, I don't know. I'm nervous. I'm going to be nervous throughout the whole show. I was so nervous for watching this. I was like so nervous when she got up to walk. I was like, oh man. And then they cut it off, and I was like, I'm going to have a heart attack. Oh. Like, I don't know if I'll be able to make it through this whole series, but
yeah. So that happened. That's what the first episode.
Pretty much first episode.
So that's pretty much a summary.
Had plenty of drama.
If you want to watch any of it, I'm pretty sure you can get individual videos on like whatever that channel was we were watching. Probably should
yeah, it was. Shout out to that because it looked really good and we didn't have any problems streaming.
And I got a month 1080p for 99 cents.
Seriously, we got that $6
Can't wait to get hit with that $60 fee next month.
Seriously.
Once we cancel and sign back in.
Seriously, get that new email.
And we were talking before we recorded this that at least like a lot of the girls that we were like really fans of before it even started. Because if you go on and you look at my like, well, not my, but our Instagram, I like put up my picks for who I liked on the thing, and a lot of them haven't been gone yet. So there's still another episode.
Haven't either. Yeah, the next one's gonna have a lot of the people we liked. I mean, I know we really liked Kai Bang, and she made it. So
I was gonna say
we're doing pretty well.
I got a list of my 4 people that I've like, because I mean, there's obviously I picked a bunch from what I have, like 19 of them or something.
Yeah,
but the ones that stood out to me so far were the G, the one that was in Fanatics.
Yeah.
Shu Roe, the one that I said looked like Cholan.
Yeah.
Was in the first performance. She was really good.
Yeah.
Tai Bing, she was really good. And of course Yujin. So those are my 4 that I'm like, hey. It was
really
amazing because
liked,
I picked them too, so it's working out great for me.
Yeah, you got an eye for talent. What's the girl's name from Busters?
Busters.
Yeso? She was in the young group.
Oh, Ken Yeso?
Yeso, yeah.
I honestly, when we were watching it, I was like, based off how these other episodes go, I would not be surprised if she finished in like the top 3 of these people.
Yeah. I really liked her.
Because she was like adorable and was like really good at singing. Yeah. Really, everybody loved her.
I really liked her.
And she's like in that ripe age where she's gonna be.
Oh, that was when I was like, oh yeah, the youth like usually prevails in these types of shows. I was like, she's 17, so
yeah, she's bound to be.
I was like,
in the top 3.
She seems, and she's literally been.
She's got the looks, personality,
and
she's a good singer.
Been a entertainer because she was like a child actor.
Yeah,
she's literally been. Like her little preview video, she's like, here's a quick history of me. And it was like her as a kid. She's like, I was in this movie. I was in this movie. I was in this group. I was like, okay, you're pretty like established already.
Yeah, so I mean, I was thinking that when we were watching, like, I would not be surprised if she was like one of the first people to be in the group. Now, out of the ones who didn't go, one of my favorite people is Sakamoto Shihona. And the reason she's one of my favorites is because yesterday, well, 2 days ago now, I watched every single one of the entrance videos or like little introduction videos to see who I liked, and I made a list and all that stuff. And she came out dressed as Yoshi, and she was like jump roping.
Yeah,
and she said that
a lot of people jump
then she said she could achieve anything with positive energy, and then continue to play the Mario theme on a plastic flute. And I'm like, if you don't support that, like, what are you doing with your life?
It was awesome to see the talent shown by. A lot of the girls. A lot of the girls like mint chocolate. Learned that. That was pretty cool. I like mint chocolate. It was like a whole crew of people like mint chocolate unite.
Ooh,
a lot of people jump roped.
Yu Dayan. That's the one that was #1 in Korea.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I remember I was
watching. She had a good video.
I was like, she looks very familiar. Then I looked it up, and it's because she was in Produce 48 and got eliminated super early. So
really,
way to go from last to first. Amazing.
First to last. Love it.
That hard work pays off. Also, another one of my favorite ones that didn't go yet was Kyueng Meishi. Yeah. She was in like the Produce Camp one.
They were like getting ready.
They like showed her a lot, and she like never did it.
They're like in the backstage with the group ready to go, but they just didn't show them. So they'll be next week.
I'm also looking forward to G1 from.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Cherry Bullet girls.
And Lee Rayon, she's another one of my picks. Who's that one girl that was like? I see her all the time. So. For those who don't know, you vote on the Universe app, and they had a thing for a little bit where you could vote for like who you want to be like the face of the little thing before the show starts.
Yeah.
And one of the ones that won was Sue Riki. I'm waiting for her to go because she hasn't gone yet. But from the little clips, it looked like she had like a little solo thing that she did.
It looked like solo.
So that looks exciting.
I gotta say, the Chinese girls are really cool.
Oh, the Chinese girls are killing.
They honestly they're really good. There was one girl, Chen Su Ling, who's a great dancer. That was honestly probably like my favorite person, but she didn't go yet either. So, again, we will wait for next week's
Based off all the
episode.
idols that have come to Korea to be K-pop idols, China's got a lot of good ones.
They're really good. They're,
like 1/4 of the WJSN. And
yeah, seriously,
they're
just following in the footsteps. Yeah, but really like all of them. So, next week will be really fun. I hope. I don't know. This was good.
That's a good. I mean,
pretty nerve wracking, but
it's kind of
fun.
It's kind of nice recapping it after we watch it, but also recapping it one episode at a time as we watch it instead of doing like 4.
Yes, I'm really glad that honestly there's no more episodes to watch right now. Like that's a nice feeling that we're like kind of like okay, first one in the books. It's not like
because we had to crunch them in there to get Idol School done. Thank God those were only an hour long.
Those were only an hour, but Produce we would watch more than one. And
those we watched like 3 or 4,
and those were 2.5 hours a piece. We'd spend like.
If we
6, 7, 8 hours. That would be like
we wouldn't start till like 10 or 11.
That'd be
o'clock,
like
dude.
We were 10, 11, that'd be like a 10 o'clock to freaking 3, 4 a.m. Just maybe even later.
Just pounding down that Produce 48 goodness.
But we're back.
I'm super excited that it's happening while it's happening.
This one definitely felt more like the Produce ones than like Idol School did, but that's okay because Idol School had its own charms.
Idol School's awesome.
Idol School.
I'm actually really sad it's over.
I am too. I wish that just had more episodes. I wish they'd just do Idol School 2.
I might just go back and rewatch all the entrances again.
Oh, it was so fun. And there's just a lot of people I really liked from Idol School, like that did make it. there was a lot of people, and it was just overall very fun mood. It was like pretty. Like this one was like already more dramatic than Out of School.
Oh, there's so many cuts to people's faces.
Oh my gosh,
like they're
just
shocked.
so. Like Out of School is so much more chill than even this one already. Like this is already like ultra dramatic. Yeah, Out of School we didn't have anybody calling out someone saying they're going to do their songs better. So
yeah, true. Yeah, that's a recap.
That's pretty much first episode. Go check it out. You can vote next week apparently.
Yeah, on the 13th. It's kind of weird.
13th is when the voting starts.
Maybe it's because they're getting ready. They're saving time so they can show the other idols they didn't show this week.
That makes sense.
Before you vote for anybody.
That's true, because how would you even vote for I still feel like there's so many people that didn't
Because,
go.
I mean, if you voted now, say everybody voted for Yujin like you should, that's already such a massive head start compared to the other girls who aren't going to get any votes.
True.
Because they haven't been shown yet.
Yeah.
So I guess
we only saw Yujin's performance for 1 second.
But perfect segue, since one of the coaches of Sunmi.
Oh, yeah.
And Sunmi's comeback just happened 22 hours ago.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to watch the video. I haven't seen the video, but I heard the song, and it was a banger. So I'm excited.
I haven't done either.
So this is the first time he's hearing
teasers look really cool.
And Sunmi looks really cool.
Yeah, she does. I'm pumped that she's a judge on the show.
And it's called You Can't Sit With Us. Also, for those of you who are wondering where our recap for the end of the month is at, we tried recording that, and we were like an hour and a half in, and we went to save it, and the whole thing got deleted.
We were literally done with it, and the technology decided to fail us multiple times.
To be honest, there wasn't a ton of comebacks that were worth mentioning.
Nope. So we were like, you know what? We'll just go with the Girl Planet.
Because that's what we're going to do anyways.
Yeah.
Also, I like the retro sound. Like, it reminds me of like the retro sound they had for like a Ring Ring.
Yep.
Also, her outfits are top notch, like always.
Kind of reminds you of the Everglow one too, a little bit.
Oh yeah, and the Twice one they had.
Yeah. Those songs were good.
Oh yeah,
that was like a fun. I guess it's still living on. That was like a fun kind of like theme of music people did.
Dang.
Oh, he's dead.
Freaking, what an arm. Oh yeah, the song's so sick, dude. I loved it.
It's pretty dope.
Also, a couple other comebacks that happened. Somi came back. That was really good.
We love that.
Super catchy. I love it.
I really love that song. It's a good song.
What other one?
Our guy Lauren.
Oh yeah, Lauren. Oh my gosh, have you ever heard Lauren's comeback? That was freaking sick.
That was our kind of stuff. Let me tell you.
Oh, the zombies are
zombies. We need Twice. Oh my gosh, there
dude
is.
Really how hard did she throw that?
Dang.
Man. Dusk to dawn. Are these the outfits she's going to be wearing on the stages?
Yeah, could she just like perform this on the show?
Also kind of funny, I mentioned, hey, they must have known when the song was coming out because they actually had a clip in the show of her doing this when they introduced her.
Yeah, when she got introduced.
And I'm like, this song just came out.
We're like, wow, so up to date.
Whoa.
Oh, that's dope. Kill those zombies. The gun's sick.
Oh my gosh. That outfit's awesome. Sunmi makes such bangers.
She really does. She just never misses. Really solid all the time.
Her Chanel overalls. She's also just extremely pretty. And has salon quality hair all the time.
All the time, even shooting these zombies with these fancy pink guns.
Oh man.
This is so dope.
It's like a whole movie.
Bah!
So violent.
Oh gosh. Yeah, this really is. But it's okay, it's zombies, so she can shoot them right in the freaking face.
That was a semi-automatic.
Duh. Oh my gosh! She's freaking John Wick.
I know, I was
Oh
gonna say.
my gosh. Dang, she shot that guy right in the back of the head.
There's literally blood splattering all over the camera.
But they're zombies, so it's okay. Gotta kill them.
For zombies or vampires, it's okay.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, take him out, girl.
You know, honestly, I feel like this is your fault.
Even though it's her fault because you threw the pot at his head and killed him.
And ignored his 900 vows to forgive him. Oh, now he's proposing.
With the fancy ring, don't do it. You don't
Please
need a
just
man.
shoot him in the head. Or like drop kick him.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. Man,
this video is really great. possibly, I think, my fave video so far this year.
I don't know. I think my favorite video this year is still Unnatural.
That's definitely up there.
Or The Black.
I forgot that was this year. The Black one's really good too. It's probably between The Black and this one.
This has got some crazy quality in it.
I like these because they like have the story going on.
Also, who picks out her wardrobe? Because they did a great job.
Yeah, that was cool.
I can't wait to see stages. So what's up? Did they just go get married?
Can't sit with us, zombies, because you're all dead.
Is it he's fine now?
Oh my gosh, he's fine.
And there's no zombies? What's happening?
I don't know. It was a dream. Uh-oh.
Why are they going to shoot him?
Maybe they weren't zombies and she just killed a bunch of people that are gone now. Well, that was crazy.
That song's a 5 out of 5.
Yeah, it was really good. I really liked the video. I thought the video was cool.
Can we just get the girl that hates Yujin to just come do this performance and be like, hey, Sunmi, this is for you.
Honestly, she might as well just call everybody out. We do this better than you. Which, again, they did not do better than CLC because the old girl messed up the vocals.
My favorite part is always when they show the people and their faces wincing, ooh.
Ooh, it's so funny, and you're like, I wonder if that was even for this, or if they're just all right, we need him being angry, and they just also plop it in there.
They also did their famous thing where they
it's classic Mnet.
Had some of the girls. You don't know which order they performed in.
No idea.
Because some of the girls are sitting up there with the little judge things blurred out, so you know they already went, but you don't know when they went.
It was Meishi, or whatever her name is. Their group was just up there the whole time, but then they never went.
They were on deck for 40 minutes.
They were in the hole for an hour.
Which is crazy, because it could have been the first performance, and we just don't know.
No idea. It's just how they edited it.
Just
because they had all those kind of not garbage ones because they were all good still, but the ones that weren't the best, they clumped them all in the middle in that 30 seconds.
Oh yeah.
Here. Okay, you guys weren't that good.
It's just judges wincing their face.
It was just you guys were okay, but you didn't make it into the 9, so whatever.
But yeah, this is a wrap up. Sunmi song's awesome. I'm super hyped to watch the rest of Girl Planet 999.
I am too. I'm excited.
It honestly doesn't feel real. To be honest with you, we've watched so many things in the past as it's been done already.
It doesn't feel real that the episode, that there's not more right now. We're not we got to find the time to watch episode 2. It's no, we have to wait for episode 2.
Or I can't just Google the final lineup.
Yeah, or just oh look, Fromos has been a group for this long already, or Eiswell, and you're
oh, I really like this girl, but I know she's getting eliminated.
Dude,
I have no idea.
There's gonna be some. Either way, there's gonna be some real hard things, hardships on this show.
I feel
heartbreak,
the first episodes when they're doing their opening things and intros is where you're really oh yeah, this girl's cute. Or oh, she's really good. I like her.
Yeah.
Then the farther you go, the later episodes when they start doing tasks, doing their little.
It's gonna get worse, man.
Doing their concept evaluations where they pick songs and they do their stages.
Maybe we.
That's when you really fall.
Maybe if people actually listen to these recap ones, we can do video ones for the elimination episodes and just be extremely mad or extremely happy.
Yeah, I'll watch them live. I'll do it. I don't care.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's that's when you really fall for them, because I remember at the beginning, oh yeah, these girls are cool. And I think maybe one of the ones I really liked at the beginning of Idol School, I liked at the end. But then there's other people that I started really liking.
Yeah,
Tasha.
Just by seeing stuff happen
in Shinsia,
or literally anything they do, you could even if it's in the background, you can see the person and they can become a bias.
And then what you do, what's alone, in the dorms, hanging out, they're always doing goofy stuff.
And you're hey, there's that person being more goofy,
and you see their normal personalities come out, their stage personalities.
It's the best and the worst, but it's gonna extras. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. There's gonna be some real emotions in this show because, like you said, it's weird that we can pick people we like now, but there's we have no idea what's going to happen.
So it's not
picking biases before.
It's not watching Idol's going to be oh yeah, I like Fromos and G1, so I'm really watching G1. I'm oh yeah, she's going to make it.
She's going to make it, so it's fine. It's oh yeah, I really like Tasha,
but I know she's not going to make it.
She's not going to make it. So and that's you still like her so much that watching her get eliminated still hurts, but you knew it. But now we don't even know that.
It's kind of
it's all up in the air. So it's going to be complete devastation.
Watching stuff in the past is watching movies like Harry Potter, where the main character, nothing bad's ever going to happen to him, even when they get in a sticky situation.
Right. You're
because they always make it out. They're close to elimination, but I know they're not going to get eliminated. But now I don't know that.
And now we have no idea. Even like them cutting off Yujin and then she's crying. We're like, what happened?
Like I said, she could have maybe twisted her ankle or something and like messed up. I don't know. We won't know till next week.
It's not like it's already done and she's in the group and we're like, whatever happened, she's in the group. Nope. There's just no guarantees in this.
Kind of like that's the other thing with soccer. We saw her bawling her eyes out, but we already knew she was in the group. So obviously it didn't hurt her that bad.
Okay, well, whatever happens in the future, she'll be there. Now nothing's guaranteed. And Mnet's shady. And people are just gunning for Yujin's head, apparently. At least that one girl. I don't know if everyone, no one else even said anything in that group.
Yeah, it was just her.
It kind of seemed like it was her just.
And she tried to say that she did it in order to like pump her team up and show like they weren't intimidated. I'm like, why would anyone be intimidated by Yujin?
And like, I don't know. Again, no one's ever done that on any show like this, so it was very random. And I was like, this girl, like, hey, it seems like she actually does not like her. Yeah, like, it wasn't even just like a...
Like, I'm picking you out because, we like to josh with each other.
I was honestly kind of waiting when they were done for her to say something to Yujin. Not like apologizing, but being like, oh, we're like actually honored to do your song.
Or like we're like big fans. Like, that's
like actually we're honored to do your song. Some sort of sign of like respect.
We know you're like a big star.
Like you actually are an inspiration to me, and I like envy to be what you are. I was honestly expecting. Nope, like straight does not like her.
Does not give a shit.
I'm like, all right. We need to just...
And then Yujin was like, they were like, oh yeah, it was a good song. Everybody did great. And the song itself was really good. And the girl's like so offended by it.
Yeah. Yujin said, they asked her, and she said they did...
Like, there's so much energy.
She said they did well as a group, and literally didn't say one negative thing. And that girl just like stared at her, did not say thank you.
Like a true professional. And she was like so mad because she's like, oh yeah, the song's good too.
I was like, what is this girl's deal? She hates Yujin. Why?
I don't know. I don't know how you can hate Yujin. She's like,
I just think it's true too that you can't really put anything by Mnet. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was like, they told her to like start this beef. Which,
all I'm saying too is
we just have no idea what's going on.
We said it earlier. They're 100%.
100%.
100
shady.
For 100.
100% shady.
However you cut it, on rigging shows to be what they want them to be.
We love all the groups. Well, like the girl ones that came through from us. Eyes One, IOI. We love all them.
And honestly, I really liked 101. They have a lot of good songs.
They do actually have some
X1,
cool songs. Had that one cool song.
Flash, that
song is sick.
What did they say?
That was the best.
No, what they always say they like renovated music. They like
reinvented.
Reset. I don't know. It was a cultural reset. It was a cultural reset. I don't know about that, but that song is awesome.
It was a great song. I love that song.
I love it.
Cool video too.
The whole, like I said, I love 101. Honestly, there's so many songs I like by them, so I can't even hate on the boy groups, even though I'm not a huge boy group fan. But like, dang, they're still 100 for 100
on being
1,000
shady,
for 1,000, a million for a million on being shady and rigging it.
They have not missed point anything. It's perfect in being shady.
It's not even like, we rigged the last 4, but we didn't rig one of them. No, they rigged all 5.
I mean, again, I'm not sure how they're even allowed to do this again, but here we are.
Even though they got like banned from it and said they weren't doing it.
I know, they're like never allowed to do it again. And we said on previous podcasts a long time ago, it sucks that they sucked because
now
we've always wanted to experience that. And here we are, and it kind of sucks. Because now it involves one of our favorites, and they're kind of getting screwed over right now.
And we already know they have a history of screwing people over.
I don't like
rigging it. So.
I don't like it at all. And this is episode 1.
The other thing's crazy.
We'll see what happens.
Is based off their track record, she could be number 1 ranked the entire show. And then to the final and be like number 15.
No, she'll be like 10. And be like, oh, sorry, Yujin, you just fell off and missed it. Sorry.
Like, you just had one slip up in the last performance, and this is what caused you. So, I mean...
I've, like, kind of played that. Going into the show, I've, like, thought of these scenarios, but now after watching the first one, I'm, like, even more, like, heated about it.
I mean, they're putting a lot of attention on her.
It's all the attention. Like
everything. Like every time any girls do anything, if there's any performance, there's anything, they, like, flash to her, like, seeing what she's doing or what her reactions
are. Yeah, she got a ton of, they're definitely putting a huge, one of the biggest emphasis
and they even like interviewed the girls while she was doing stuff, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm so excited to see her. Oh, we've been waiting for this."
Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy.
It is. So,
but like LeBron James said, these shoulders were built for a reason.
They're built for a reason. She's gonna carry. She's gonna just cleanse Mnet and win. and everything's going to be okay. I hope.
It's crazy because she's like in my opinion, she looks like the favorite. But honestly, she seems like she's in an uphill battle right now.
No,
to, like, do
dude.
anything.
Yeah, literally.
Instead of being at the top and like holding position, it's like she's won, but somehow still like 99 and has to make it to the top.
I'm like, crap, why is she like the 11th person right now? Like, why is she almost there, but somehow the best, but somehow number 6? I don't know.
I don't understand.
I don't get it. I don't like the feeling.
I can't even blame it being lost in translation on the girl whose first language is in English.
No, I know. We're all like watching on like the official.
It's like translated as it's happening from like the actual show.
Much. Honestly, yeah. If it was that other girl, I'd be like, okay, maybe that girl wasn't that mean. It was just she didn't know how to Nope, she was that mean and like ungrateful of Yujin's. I don't know. I don't know. It just didn't make sense, and I hate that girl.
I don't know, but if you want to watch it, go. You can watch it for yourself. It's cool.
It was. Also, it was great, and we were pumped for it. And honestly, watching it, like, I'm excited.
Really nice.
I'm super excited.
Recording this now, knowing I don't have to like wake up super early to go to work in the morning.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the new. I mean, we said we're going to keep watching the show, so this is probably going to be our new thing for Girl Plan 999, and why not?
It only took 93 episodes, but
it took 93 episodes for Mnet to somehow be able to do a survival show again. Oh man, we're going to definitely have to. Whenever we like, we'll have to do some reaction ones because there's going to be there could be some real devastation.
Oh, dude,
that might get some views.
First eliminations, we can. I will throw stuff at my TV and break it.
No, I'm the profanity. The elimination episodes we can tape those.
There's times
because they'll be the first time we see them.
There's times we watched the Produce 48 ones, and I already knew who was going to make it. And I would have to get up and leave, or like pause
get
the
up
video.
And just start saying the F word and throw stuff at the couch. Gosh. Yeah, if you want real entertainment,
I'm blocking those off for kids under the age of 18. Yeah. Just tell me right now.
We'll do that for the eliminations.
Oh my goodness! We'll
make it like the live draft war room of just like it's got to be this person. Oh man, just protect our girl Yujin. I mean, honestly, like. We'll see who else comes as people that we like, but I just want Yujin to like be there.
Honestly,
like,
that's all I want.
I don't care if
she finishes number 9. I just want her to be in the group.
We're not even asking for the win. Just be in the group. Because then we get to watch that group promote, and she'll be there, and it'll be awesome. Like, I don't know. You can already see how fired up we are. So that's episode 1.
True.
How many episodes is it? Do we know?
12, I think.
Let's go.
So
this is going to be the episodes moving forward because why wouldn't it be? And if there's other stuff that happens in the K-pop world, which there will be, we can always mention it. But that
was a good.
I mean, we can do whatever we want, and we want to watch Girl Plan 999. So
enjoy it, bask in it.
And then
come back next week to see what happens in episode 2.
Yeah, come check us out. It'll be episode 2. We got more performances on the way.
I feel like I'm Andy in that episode of Parks and Rec. He's just explaining like what happens in like Rambo.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Yeah, you gotta watch it for you had to be there. You gotta watch it for yourself." And Donna's like, "I feel like I already was," and she's like crying.
Oh my gosh. We'll actually get our votes in next week too.
Oh yeah, we're gonna vote. I'm voting every single day.
I'm voting every chance I get.
Hate the Universe app. Hate using it. Don't understand it.
Sucks. Worst app ever.
But WJSN's on there, so I support that.
And Yumbi now.
And Yumbi.
Who has like 1 billion followers.
I'll do just so many followers.
We're excited for her solo.
Oh my gosh, I'm hyped for that. She's already, hands down, my favorite solo artist.
Give her that awesome grown concept. We don't want no ballad.
And then, come back next week and listen to us rant about episode 2.
Oh, my neck hurts. Okay.
We already know what's going to happen to start it off, so.
Dang it. All right. We're cutting it off. K-Pop Kimchi Podcast.
Go follow us on Instagram.
Follow us Instagram, Twitter. Talk about Girl Plan 999 because that's where we're going to be at for the next 12 weeks.
Go comment on our YouTube video who your picks for your favorite members are.
Stay tuned for our videos eventually whenever they do eliminations. Those are going to be real fun, let me tell you. Maybe not for us, but for you, there might be some entertainment. Social media, check. Vote for Yujin, check. Watch Girl Plan 999, all the above. Do it. We'll catch you guys next week. I'm JT. He's Paul Gra. We love you guys. Peace.
Later.